Day 2, you guys, so much drama. Drama day 2. Misunderstandings, missing items, misplaced items, Michael Conte, misinformation, missed opportunities, merriness, MAYANK madness, marriage, so much. Saturday was a crazy day. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is MAYANK and I'm a fashion freak, a goya geek, a luxury lover, a shopaholic, chic shithead, an Hermès haul, a Cartier king, a Chanel cuckoo, cuckold, a Dior daddy, a Dior doo-doo head. I don't know. Anyway, today's video is part 2 of my, here's part 3 of my French Fashion Fridays videos, but part 2 of my Hermès journey in France. If that makes sense. So if you haven't seen the first one, please go back and watch and see how I scored 2 leather appointments walking in on my first day in France. And this video is going to cover day 2 and maybe day 3, but I think just day 2. And then I'll do part 3 with day 3, 4, 5 because they kind of were a little shorter. Also got 2 more walk-in leather appointments. Total of 4 leather appointments. So if that's something you're interested in, please stick around. Please smash that like button. And also what I liked, what I should have done, what I didn't do, what I wish I would have done, what I learned, and what I'm going to do next. And the bags that I was offered and the bag that I got. So if that's something you're interested in, please stick around. Please smash that like button. Please consider subscribing and keep on watching. Okay, so really quick recap where I left it on Thursday because Friday was a holiday, so I couldn't go in. It was 11/11 holiday. So Thursday, where I left it was at Faubourg. I had a walk-in leather appointment, got offered some bags, didn't really like any of them, but was not offered a Birkin or Kelly and kind of left on weird terms with both the sales associates that were helping me from the leather department, but I thought it was okay. And then at Sèvres, I got offered a couple of men's bags and an HAC that I was told I could wait on and think on and that to come back in on Saturday to look at it again. That's kind of where I left it with my sales associate there. And so my friend came, and so we went to George Think first. We wanted to do, so Saturday, this is Saturday morning. Saturday is crazy at all the stores. So Saturday morning, oh, also for I met Michael Conte and spoke with him. And I also had a little scandalous snafu at George Think. So stay tuned for that story. Stay tuned for some of the secrets I learned, for more of the secrets that I learned. Chai? So stay tuned for part 2 of this, where I talk about what happened in George Think and also what I learned from my sales associate that I wasn't supposed to know, secret texts that he sent me and then deleted and then sent me and deleted again from the Sèvres guy. And I will probably include some screenshots of them if I can. I don't know. We'll see, because I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Anyway, okay, so, and the scandal that happened in George Think. Okay, so basically Saturday is super crazy at all the stores. So got dressed, got ready, cute outfit, bag, everything like that. Went to George Think first. Got there at a little before 10:30, where we were like 15th or 20th in line, which wasn't great. It moved pretty quickly, got right in, walk in, ask, they say, what are you here for? Most people are saying they were here for leather, and so they went straight to the right, down to the leather section. I didn't say I was here for leather because I didn't want to go talk to leather people. So I said I was here for shoes instead. So they sent me upstairs. We went upstairs, looked around. There's no one really helping. There's already so many people. It was super crowded again Saturday. So I went back downstairs to the leather counter. There were 2 lovely ladies there working. They switched off and on. One was a little nicer than the other one. One kept telling me basically, nothing, we can't do anything. No, there's nothing. I'm so sorry. Please mail online. The other one was a little more nice. She was like, yeah, you can try, but like really, you can go and talk to any of the sales associates. Any of the bags that are on display are available for sale. You don't need an appointment for. You just have to wait for a leather associate. So they had Lindy's on display. They had some 24/24s. They had some Evelyns. They had those on display. So apparently all those bags were available for sale, but you needed to get a leather associate to help you. And the leather associates were all booked with their appointments back to back. And there was a chair. The lady was already sitting in the chair. And there was like 20, 30 people crowding around these like 2 or 3 leather associates trying to like sneak in and get an appointment with them or just ask them questions. It was very like crowded, very like very cringy kind of feeling. So I didn't really want to get into that. But we stood around for a little bit, tried to talk to some people, but literally none of the leather people weren't going to talk to us. And there was so many other people trying, even for the small leather goods. But I heard some of the sales associates say like, yes, we have this bag available. Yes, we have this bag available. Yes, we have this. We can offer you this. Anything on display, basically. And they had like wallets and stuff like that. But you still had to like basically get an associate to help you to get any of those things. So I thought the strategy would be to try to get another sales associate from a different department, try to help me. So we went upstairs again, walked around the shoes. Nobody really helped. And then sat down on the couches with like 15 other people who were sitting on the couches. And then eventually I saw this guy I kind of wanted to talk to, and I saw him helping another couple, and I didn't ask him a question. Well, I saw him, I wanted to talk to him, I didn't, but then I saw him helping another couple, and then I heard them ask him for a leather appointment. He's like, let me take you downstairs and see if I can get it. So he took them downstairs and walked them to the leather appointment after they were buying something. So then I was like, okay, so let me try this. There's this other guy, we'll call him you. We'll call him you. So you came up and said, "Hi, can I help you?" And I was like, "Oh, I really want to get this. I would like to see some cheaper sandals because I knew I wanted those and I knew that they were super hard to get." And he was like, "Let me see if we had." And I saw some people trying them on, and I saw they had 2 on display. So I said black or brown, 43.5, 44. So he said, "Sure, of course, let me go." So then he went away, came back with two cheaper sandals, the only 2 that he had in black apparently, 43.5 and 44. Tried them on, loved the 43.5. They're so nice, they're so fitted, they're so comfy. They're like the most amazing sandals. Like they made my Izmirs go to shame. Like they are the Izmirs that I just bought. So I ended up getting them. I could do unboxing for you, but they're already unboxed, so I'm just gonna show them to you. Because ain't nobody got time for the cheaper sandals unboxings anymore. Like, whatever. Here they are. They're beautiful. They're black on black, 43.5. They're so comfortable. They have like these indents here fitted for the shoe, fitted for the foot, which make them much more comfortable. They just got like an arch support. It's like much more comfortable, and it's leather here, and it's got a Velcro strap, adjustable strap, and they feel like these like Greek god sandals, and I'm literally gonna wear them every day for the rest of my life because I'm obsessed. And they've got this on the back, which I like better than the Izmirs that have that swig, because that swig gets dirty so easily. And this, obviously things are gonna get stuck in here. I haven't worn them out yet, but like this is a lot more durable. So I got those, and then I was like, can you help me in some other sections? He's like, what do you need help with? And I was like, I wanted to look at some jewelry. My friend wants to look at clothes, maybe a pair of shoes for him too, and maybe some fashion jewelry for him as well. I wanted to look at gold and silver jewelry, gold and white gold jewelry, or no, gold and silver jewelry, because I was like, I know that jewelry is a big ticket item, and people are always like, if you buy a little jewelry, that's like the key to getting a bag. So I was like, great, let me try to do that. And I did want to get some jewelry. So we went to the jewelry section. He said, let me get someone else to help you while I'm, I'll put the shoes away. My friend wanted a shirt in black, an extra small black shirt, or any other colors that they had, and also wanted to get this type of tournetrice bracelet. He wanted it with yellow and silver, I think, or something like that. So the guy went to go look for them, and this other lady started helping us, and she told it, and I was like, we're looking for rings, maybe a bracelet, maybe a necklace, something. I just want something rose gold, and he wanted something silver. What options do you have? So first we did our sizes. She found our sizes, and then literally she was like, I literally have nothing in your size, like basically nothing. And she showed us all these different options of what they had, but like nothing was fitting right. Like I really wanted to make something work. I really wanted to buy something. He really wanted to buy something, but none of them, it was either like they had the style that I wanted, but not in the right size, or they had the right size, but it wasn't something the style that I wanted. She said, we can order it, or we can wait. How long you're here? I was like, a week. She was like, great, we can order it, you can get it. But I was like, well, let me think about some of these things. Then she showed me this like really nice necklace, because I said I wanted like a kind of droopy, like the finesse one with the diamonds, but I wanted it without diamonds, but they don't have without the diamonds. But I wanted something kind of like this and this, kind of like those Chanel necklaces that I wear all the time. I wanted something like that was really cool, but I basically oh my god, okay, I'm really excited. I'll put in some so this is gonna be like a lot of story time, but I'm trying to go through this really fast so I can get all the information out to you guys, so bear with me. Everything was going great. Short Sank, it was like, I was having, like, he was helping us, and then he came back with the shirt. Didn't need to try it on. My friend wanted, he's like, we'll get the shirt. Tried the bracelet on, loved the bracelet, wanted to get the bracelet. So he was getting the shirt, the bracelet, and I was like, good, we got a few things. And she showed me that necklace, which was really nice. I really liked it, but it was like super expensive. And then we tried this other bracelet on that I liked too, and I was like, I really like this, let me think about this. And she gave me her card, her business card with her email and her number, and she wrote down the name of all the products on it. Okay, I can't remember her business card, and I'm a little freaking out about it because I did not email her, and I'm now actually kind of getting really upset that my maid was just here and she cleaned everything, and if she threw it away, I'm literally gonna freaking shit, because the same thing happened to my friend when he got offered his bag and he got a business card of his leather associate and lost it too. So I feel like this is like the world telling me why didn't I email the contact info? It was so annoying. Okay. Anyway, she gave me her contact info, which I was really excited about, but now I can't find, so now I'm really frustrated about. But she wrote the name, all the things on the back of it, and was like, just let me know when you want it. And I was like, great, okay. And then after that I was like, hey, can you help me get a leather appointment? And we asked you because he had helped so much. I don't think I can go and talk to my colleague down there and we can see it. I was like, okay, well, let's pack all this up and let's go and see it. So then he brought us downstairs, and they gave us coffee and tea and everything that I made all super nice and everything like that when we were looking at the jewelry. Obviously made it like a fun experience, and that was like really relaxing and nice and easy, and it felt very comfortable, and they were so nice and so friendly, and he was super friendly and super helpful and like chatting around and being very helpful, and so was she. But they seemed like they were like, leather's a totally different department, we can't help you get anything there, we can't help you with that, you need to talk to a leather specialist, we can't go into that department. But he said he'll try to talk to his colleagues, so I thought he was going to take me down to a leather associates, but instead he just brought me straight to the counter lady, who just said the same thing, no. And And he was like, I can't do anything. And I was like, great. Well, why did I even like spend this time with you if you're not even gonna help me with what I wanted to get done? But I did want the sandals and I love the sandals, so I got them. I still wanted to get them. So we were standing in line and going to get the sandals and my friend's shirt and bracelet, and then he decided in line that he didn't actually want the shirt and the bracelet anymore because he was only getting them to help me to get the leather appointment, which we weren't getting. So he's like, I don't want them. I'm not gonna get them. Like, let's just cancel it. And I was like, well, we should let them know. And he was like, no, whatever. So he like walked away and went to the leather department to see. I was like, well, why don't you stand there and see if anybody will talk to you while we wait? So then I went up to the counter and you had already packed all the stuff up and said it was waiting for you, so they know, blah, blah. So I went to the counter and they looked at my name and mine was under mine and his was under his. So they looked at my name and basically I was like, okay, yeah, one pair of cheaper sandals. I want to pay for that. That's what I'm getting. And so we did the whole thing, just a transaction. The other lady gave me the bag and put it down. I was like, here's your bag whenever you're ready. Paid, grabbed the bag, went to my friend, talked to him for a sec, said if we were able to get anyone, and he was like, no. So then we just walked out and we left. And then we left, and so this is where the story gets a little juicy. Like an hour later, my friend and I had separated, and he was at the hotel, and he got a call from you. Oh, I also asked you for his contact info. I asked, and he said he didn't have any. So he gets a call from you, and he was like, sir, did you pay for your things? And he was like, no, I decided not to get them. So sorry. He's like, did you take the bag? And he's like, no. And he's like, did your friend take the bag? And little did I know, little did he know, we didn't even notice. They had put his bag of his stuff together inside my bag of my stuff with my sheeper. So I had his stuff. So I had his shirt and his bracelet that he didn't pay for and I didn't pay for. So now it looks like we took it without paying for it, but then they had packed it together. So it was like, we didn't even think to look, like I didn't even think to look inside the bag and see what it was, because I was going to open it later and unbox it. So now it's like super, so he calls me freaking out and he's like, look, they think that you have this stuff and do you have it? So then I opened it and I found it and I saw that I had it. I was like, oh my God. So he called the guy back and said, hey, we have it. We can, what do you want us to do? We don't want it. And he's like, oh, can you bring it? Or no, I think my friend is like, we can just bring it back to you. I feel like we should have just asked for them to come pick it up, whatever. So I had to drop everything I was doing basically and then go back. And this is like super awkward now because like the way he was describing how he was talking, the way my friend told me was like, felt like he was like super worried. He's like, like it felt very like cringy and uncomfortable. So I come back to the store and I go straight up to the front and I say, and he says, just come to the front and ask for me. So I go to the front and I tell them that, hi, I have some stuff for you. He told me to come to the front. And so I come in and like, I can already tell like that creepy, weird feeling that I thought was there. Like they were all looking at me. Like I could tell the security guards were looking at me. The other guys were looking at me. I told the lady, I was like, hi, I'm here for you. I have to give him some stuff back. And they're like, oh yeah, he's upstairs. So I go upstairs. I get upstairs and like I heard the security guard say, blah, 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 it's here, blah, blah, blah. Like they're talking about me. I go upstairs. I asked for them. And then I said, they're all looking at me too. And then they say, oh yeah, let's find him right now. Let's find him right now. Oh, he's downstairs. Please go downstairs. Please. And then I hear them whispering at me too. Come down. He comes like, he's like, oh my God. And I was like, I'm sorry. We didn't know it was in the bag. He's like, no, it's okay. It's our fault. I was so sorry. And I was like, okay, good. But it felt like it was also like, they were still kind of there. So I just gave him the bag and then he had to like open it up and check and make sure everything was in there. It was completely wrapped exactly what it was. I didn't touch it. But it felt very like suspicious that they felt it was suspicious, which I then thought it was suspicious. And then I felt like it was suspicious, but there wasn't anything suspicious about it because I didn't do anything wrong. I got that, that weird French vibe energy that they're giving off. I don't know. Maybe I'm overthinking it, but I felt like I got this French energy, like this negative French energy vibe from them based on the phone call that he got and then based on how they acted. So then we felt super, and my friend didn't come back with me because he's like, I can't go back there. That looks really awkward. So I went by myself. So then it's like, now I feel super weird about this whole experience there. And I was like, oh, I don't know how much I want to like actually go back to this store because it feels very, bleh. So basically so then whatever, we go home, shake it off a little bit and then go to Severus because I'm going to Severus. No, we're going to Faubourg. We're going to go to Faubourg and try again. And then we're going to go to Severus and talk to that guy about my HAC. So get to Faubourg, my friend's first time there. I've already been there. Same people waiting. It feels a little like, how do I say it? It feels like very crowded and crazy and loud and there's a lot of things going on and we're like not getting attention and it's getting a little frustrating because we're just sitting there and nobody's giving us any attention. I go back to the shoe lady. She's super busy. I didn't even wave at her. No, I went to go talk to her to ask her about those Izmirs she had held for me that I wanted to buy on my friend's account, but she was so busy. I was like, whatever. And she's not gonna help me get a leather appointment. I asked the counter again. They don't say no, we don't have anything. I asked anyway, and they're like, no, we can't. Blah blah blah. I was like, fine. So we're standing there and waiting, and I was like, is there any way I can talk to Lady D, who had given me a leather appointment? I would like to just talk to her and say hello because I wanted to introduce her to my friend and tell her, hey, I'm back. As I mentioned, we wanted to get gifts for each other, blah blah blah, and I wanted her to just kind of like have another conversation with her and kind of like smooth it a little bit. And so they're like, we paged her. She'll be down in 10 minutes. 10 minutes go by, 20 minutes go by. She's not around. I asked Lady again. She said, she's coming. My friend's getting frustrated. I'm getting frustrated. And then I see Michael Conte from the corner of my eye and I was like, oh, that's Michael Conte. I should go talk to him. He's like, no, you shouldn't talk to him. I was like, I should go talk to him. He's like, don't go. And I was like, I'm gonna go talk to him. So I get up. I should really finish this later. Okay, sorry, I had to take a break and get some food because this story was getting me real hungry. I'm eating little weird pigs in a bucket. Little pigs in a bucket, little fried. We are sitting on top of a victory, enjoying a few weather and comforts. The salted pork is particularly... I can't quote that well enough. Damn it. I used to be able to. Anyway, so where was I? So I see Michael Conte, and I'm like, oh, that's Michael Conte. And I was like nervous, and I was like, should I go talk to him? Should I go talk to him or should I not? My friend was like, no, maybe not. I was like, no, I should go talk to him. I want to talk to him. But I like thought about it for too long. I was a little hesitant. And then by the time I went over to go look for him, he was gone. He was missing, and I was like, man, missed him. I saw him standing upstairs first in the luxury department. I mean, in the leather department with that first sales associate, the leather guy that helped me. So I was a little nervous to go up there. But then I saw him later down, and then I like literally saw him, and he walked through this thing, and then I followed him, and about like 5 seconds later, and he was gone. He like disappeared in one of those like hidden doors, you know, that they have that like disappeared in nothing. Oh, and then I like walked around a little bit, then I went downstairs to the bathroom. I went downstairs to the bathroom, and there's the stairs that go down, and it's also like where they keep all their bags, I think, because it was where the elevator that I had from the second floor leads down into, and there was like a room that said employees only, and I saw a sales associate coming with 2 boxes from that room into the elevator and taking it up, so I think that's where they keep all their bags, downstairs. So I was like, ooh, went to the bathroom, I come out, and of course I run into that same sales associate, the first guy, the one that was like, hey, I thought you were only looking for men's bags, I stuck my neck out for you. That guy, who I think we cleared the air, but he was still giving me kind of like a weird vibe energy, so I could tell it was like not great. So I saw him, and he was getting the elevator with 2 bags too, and I kind of like smiled at him, and he was like that French like fake smile thing. So I was like, oh, okay, great. So I definitely must have screwed it up with him. Whatever. Go back upstairs. Still don't see Michael Conte. Go back. Ask the lady again. She said she's coming soon. I walk towards the front, and I see him, and he's standing by himself. And he's talking to someone, but he's like kind of by himself by the entrance. And I was like, okay, come on, man, I can go do this. So I go right up to him, and I go up to him, and he sees me coming at me, and he goes, hello. And I go, hello. And he was like super friendly, so nice. I introduced myself. I said, hey, I know we don't know each other, but we actually have a couple of mutual friends. I know that because there are a couple of friends from my high school that I know that are friends with him, that he posts on his Instagram, stuff like that. So I was like, I know blah, blah, and blah. And he's like, oh, I love the blah. And I was like, and we started talking about them. I was like, I know I don't really see them anymore. I don't hang out with them, but I do, we used to hang out. Like, I used to tutor X, Y, and Z. I used to like hang out with them. Like, we had a whole crew, blah, 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 back in high school, years ago, obviously. I'm like, I don't know them now. I mean, we're not really close now, but I just wanted to say, I know you know them. And I really wanted to introduce myself. And he was super nice and friendly and funny. And then like, he's like, how long are you in Paris, blah, blah, blah. And then we brought up a few other people that were like related to the people that I do know now and I do talk to. So we were like connecting, it was fine. And then there was kind of a lull, and I was like, hey, I hate to ask this, but is there any way you can help me get a leather appointment or help me get it back? And he looks at me and he smiles and he goes, I wish I could. It's so crowded right now, the store. I can't just, there's so many people, I can't just do that for one person. And he was making like a very valid point, but at the same time, I was like, you're Michael Conte. Like, if you wanted to shut down the store, you could shut down the store. If you wanted to, show 10 bags to some celebrity, you could. Obviously, I'm not some celebrity. Obviously, I knew he wasn't gonna do that for me. I was hoping he could just maybe squeeze me in, but he was being very nice and political. And also, obviously, he doesn't know me really, right? Like, I threw out a couple of names, but like anybody could do that, right? I don't know. I mean, he just doesn't know me, whatever. It was like a very first time interaction. If it was really good, if I see him again, I'll go back up to him, I think, and talk again, because I think we ended it great and like he was fine. But he was like, honestly, this store is a madhouse. It's Saturday. It's crazy. He said, I would try going to one of the smaller stores that might have less crowd and see if you could just talk to a sales associate there. All you have to do is just go up to a leather associate, anyone that you've met or know, and go up to them and just ask and see if they can squeeze you in, because this is what he said. He said, there's only so many leather associates and they're all booked up. They all have appointments. So I can only get you in if they have any availability in their schedule. So it's best to ask them directly if they can squeeze you in. I can't really do it. I don't know how much the manager got me in. So like, I feel like if he wanted to, he could, but whatever. I mean, this is not any shade towards him. If he's watching, if anyone is watching, no shade towards him. Thank you so much for your help. Thank you for meeting you. Really, nothing but love. Anyway, so then I went back and sat down with my friend and I told him that we talked for a little bit, whatever. And then eventually I noticed the other lady is there and she's standing there, but she's helping a customer. She got a huge line of people. I was like, ugh. So I was like, that's her. We got to talk to her. So we waited in line to talk to her. She's helping. And then she's like busy and we're getting a little antsy and uncomfortable. Eventually she has a moment alone. I wave at her and she sees me and then she goes back to finishing up the customer and then she comes over and she goes, goes, hi. I go, hi. He goes, hey, I just wanted to introduce you to my friend and like blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I wanted to thank you again for your help. I know blah, blah, blah. We just started chitting and chatting with her, you know, and we had a very frank, open conversation. I was like, look, is there any way you can excuse me? And she's like, I'm working here today. I can't leave this town or I can't help you there. So we just started talking about other stuff. We talked about family. We talked about his family. We talked about my family. We bonded. We had just like regular, normal connection. We talked about a bunch of stuff. It didn't bring up anything related to working with her about it. I just wanted to introduce you guys and say, you know, blah, 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 and thank you again so much, and blah, blah, blah. I told her we're coming back in January, blah, blah, and we just connected. And then basically she said, look, I can't see you today. She's like, how are you in Paris? We're like, here. She's like, I'm here, and on Monday. I can't get you in. I'm booked up till March, but I am, and I'm not working Tuesday, Wednesday, so I can't really get you in. But she's like, look, when you come back in January, just come here, ask for me. I'm the only person with this name. Just ask for me. I will try to squeeze you in. I know what you want. I will prioritize a Kelly. I know what you want, and I will try to get you a Kelly when you come back. No guarantees. We're not getting new stock until December 15th, so I don't know what we'll have, but just come and I will try to get your bag. I know what you want, and I'll try to help you in January. And I was like, oh my God, that's so nice. And then my friend was like, it's so nice. She's like, look, it's just a bag. Like, we can't like make a whole obsession about a bag. Like, you wait for the right bag, it'll come. You can't like blah, blah, blah. And I was like, you're totally fine. Yeah, that's right. I don't need to rush it. I can wait. I'm not gonna make a big deal about it. I'll totally wait for you in January. And I was like, really happy. And I was like, do you have a contact info? And she's like, I'm the only person with this name. Just come back and ask me. I think she didn't want money bugger because she's still on the fence about me and she's still unsure about how it. Basically, I mean, we left it with the point that she was like, I will help you in January, which is like 95% of why I rebooked my trip in January to go and see, not 95%, but a good chunk of reason why I booked my trip in January to go and see her, basically. So I'll tell you how that goes when I go back and if anything happens. But I felt really good about it. I felt really positive. We connected. She connected with him. It felt very just natural and good. And I felt good about how we left it. And I was like, should I go try at the other stores? And she was like, honestly, don't go try at the other stores. They're not going to have any inventory. They won't have anything. I'm telling you, they won't have anything. So don't try. Just go enjoy your trip in Paris. When you come back in January, we can get it. She's like, don't obsess with the bag. Like, we'll figure it out in January. You know, you have to wait for all good things or something like that. And I was like, okay, great. But it was weird because she said that, and then he had said, go to the other stores and try and ask there. They probably have less crowd and might be easier for you to get a bag there. So conflicting, but whatever. And so that's how I left it there. So then I was like, okay, great. Faubourg seems okay now. George Sank seems weird. And Sèvres, I was like, okay, let's go to Sèvres now. Let's go to Sèvres and let's go and see that guy, B, and see if he has held the bag for me and if I can get it in. So we go back to Sèvres. It's like the afternoon, super crowded. And I run into that lovely lady who helped me, who I spoke in French with. And I was like, hey, and she's like running around. And I was like, hey, how are you? She's like, oh, yeah. I was like, is there any way at all you can get me a women's leather appointment? So now we're at Sèvres, right? Okay, yeah. And so like, I was like, is there any way at all you can get me a women's leather appointment? And she was like, I was like, please, can you try? She's like, okay. She's like, wait. She's like, I'm working here. Let me talk to my colleagues down there. I'm working up top now, but let me talk to my colleagues. I was like, great. I love it. So she's like, just wait around. I will let you know. Like 30 minutes go by. We're sitting around. Maybe 45 minutes, an hour goes by. Oh, and I start looking for, I asked, the guy was there and the lady downstairs said he's not working today. And I was like, weird. He told me he was. Then I went upstairs and I asked a manager. I guess I asked another woman who looked important. I guess she turned out to be a manager. And I was like, hey, is blah, blah working today? She's like, I have no idea. And I was like, oh, okay. She gave me kind of a weird look. And later I realized that she was the manager, and I guess it wasn't good that I was asking for him, because later he texted me in his text, and I'm gonna read you guys these texts because they're crazy texts. But basically he's saying all these things like, no, sorry. Let me say that. She gives me a weird look. Don't think too much of it. More on that later, because it turns out that weird look actually meant something. But I was like, whatever. The lovely lady is happy. So she's walking around. She goes and she says, I come up to her again like 30 minutes later. She's like, yeah, let me check. She calls her person downstairs. She's like, okay, there's one spot available. I can get you in. And I was like, great. For women's leather? She's like, yes. She's like, there's no Birkins or Kellys, but I was like, okay, I will take an Evelyn. And she was like, that's okay, great. I will try to get you in. I was like, great. I thought I could like talk and see what I was available. And she's like, okay, you're next. Let me just wait. We'll squeeze you in and just wait right here. And I was like, great, I'll wait. I told my friend, we were like waiting, we were excited, I'm ready. I was like, okay, this is what I'm gonna ask for. I'm gonna be very specific, blah, blah, blah. And then I see her, I go over and talk to one of her managers, and I think it's the same lady I asked about if the other guy was there. And then she calls downstairs, and then she comes over with this somber look on her face. I'm like, oh, I'm really excited, I'm excited, I'm ready to do it. And I'm like, oh yes, I got it. And then she comes over with this somber look, and I'm like, oh wait. She's like, and she tells me all of this in French. She's like, I'm so sorry. There was one available spot. They gave it to someone else. That person took it. There's no other available spots today. I'm so sorry. I cannot let you in. And I was like, what? And she's like, I know, I'm so sorry. But my manager said no, and I can't ask her again. And I didn't think anything of this. Again, still don't think anything of it. Little do I know, it meant something. But I didn't think anything of it. I was like, okay, well, I guess, you know, whatever, that makes sense. Sometimes like somebody more important came along, whatever, they gave the spot away. So then we leave and my friend's like, what happened? And he's like, I guess there was one open spot for an appointment and it got taken, so we didn't get it. And I was like, okay. I was like, whatever. And meanwhile, the guy that had helped me was not there and he hasn't texted me. And he said he was gonna text me because he took my number. I did not take his number, so I had no way of contacting him. So we get home, get dinner, don't think about it. Then, this is where it gets crazy. So he texts me from his number. He says, hey, it's me. It's from his private number. And he's like, look, I can't help you right now, get a bag. I have to read the text. I have to reread the text. But basically he says something along the lines of, I can't help you get a bag. You asked for too many bags and there's a mark on your account that you're flagged. I was like, I'm flagged? And he's like, not flagged, but like there's a mark on the account that you asked for too many bags. They are not going to sell you a bag. And I was like, what? And he's like, they think you might be a reseller. I was like, I'm not a reseller. I just want a lot of bags. I just asked. And he's like, and I would go back and forth and he tells me, he's like, look, I can't. He's like, I'm gonna get in trouble for this, blah, blah, blah. But like, basically, they will not give you another appointment right now. You need to wait for this to be off of your account. You need to like cool it and you need to wait until they take it off your account because you asked for too many bags. They're not gonna give you something. And I was like, started freaking out. So I'm asking all these questions like, why, what? And then I'm rethinking it. And I'm like, the only person that would have said that would have been the FSH. I was very confused. It's like, what does this mean? Because I'm hearing one thing and then hearing another thing from him. Obviously, he's not supposed to be telling me any of this information. It's all top secret. But he's like, there's a thing on your account. And he's like, and apparently you were asking for me and you shouldn't have been, you kept asking for me. You asked my manager for me. And I was like, I feel like he says he's getting in trouble. He's like, I wasn't supposed to hold that bag for you. I wasn't supposed to show you those bags, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. So I guess he's starting to get in trouble too. So I'm feeling a little guilty that he's getting in trouble. And I'm also trying to figure out like, why is he getting in trouble? Why am I getting in trouble? And what did I do wrong? I'm going to pull up the texts and I'm going to read them to you. I don't remember what they said, but in order to read them to you, I'm going to have to take my phone off of this thing. So give me a second and figure out how to do that. But I'm going to go through the text but basically he sent me texts and then he deleted them. And then he sent me texts and then you delete them. So I like tried to like respond right away. Oh, wait, was that on Monday? At one point he said he was going to call me and talk to me about it. And I don't know if that was later or before, so I can't remember now because the timeline is starting to get blurry. But he said he was going to call me and explain. And then he tried to call me and we talked on the phone, but I can't remember. Hold on. But basically, I will go through the text and tell you. But basically, I'm learning that like I was kind of like, and that's why they didn't give me a bag. That's why they didn't offer me a bag. Was at some point they decided no, and they're not going to give me it. So now I'm getting frustrated. I'm getting upset. I'm getting worried on how I'm going to handle this. And this is Saturday. This is the end of Saturday. And I was like, well, this can't also help with the whole misunderstanding thing. So there's all these little flags now are turning into this thing. And this, like, I'm like, oh, now I gotta like protect my account and like hopefully don't get like permanently in trouble. I was like, I just talked to Michael Conte and I hope that he doesn't know, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like starting to freak out, like getting really upset and uncomfortable about it. And I was like, okay. And this is probably why the manager said no to me and told that other girl no after they were going to give me an appointment. She probably like looked at my account and was like, oh no, we're not giving him an appointment. And he said, you asked for me on Saturday. You shouldn't have asked for me. I guess you tried to get another appointment and blah, blah, blah. And so I was like, I'm trying to figure this out and I don't understand what's going on. I start freaking out. So, okay. And then I was like, okay, well, there's nothing I can do right now. It's Saturday night, Sunday's off. I did the thing to make an appointment for Monday. Didn't get an appointment for Monday, obviously through the lottery system. Didn't need an appointment for Saturday through the lottery system. But I bought 2 pairs of sandals. So I was like, okay, I have a little sales history. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we'll try a different strategy, but I'm going to have to try to figure out how to not have my account be like banned. But so that's where we left it. I will pull up these things and I'll put the next video because I need to read through them and also remember what he said on the phone call because I don't remember. I have to ask my friend now because I don't remember what he said on the phone call. We did talk on the phone. It was rainy. I was after I left. It was like mid something is what I left. So I have to figure out. But that's kind of where we're at. More drama to continue. There's still Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and more stuff happens, okay? So stay tuned for the next one. And sorry this video is posted late. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, please consider subscribing. Please smash that like button. If you like this video, please share it with your friends and family. If you hate it, share it with your enemies next. I know your time is valuable. I know your time is precious. So I appreciate you spending your time here with me. I will see you in the next one. Love you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you. Bye.